Good evening. This is the Elliott Wave update for the NASDAQ 100 for Wednesday, May 18th, 2022. It was a great day in the market. It was a very slow grind lower, but it was very consistent, and they did move it more quickly. There was very little support to the selling, and it just like everybody stepped back and let it happen. A lot of thoughts on it, but let's start here on the daily. And there are no changes other than I've put the minute 2 in. I'm not trying to be premature. I'm putting it in because, in all honesty, once I'm done here, I'm going to drop to the hourly. I'm going to explain why we have to continue to leave open the possibility that they'll turn it back around and take it back up to here, or at least to the daily 20, which is just below 12,800. So yeah, that still exists. And I'll go over that in a minute. So again, not too many changes, not any other than we have potential. And on the probability scale, I might inch it above 50-50, but right now 50% chance we go ahead and break that low, which is 11,689, and go into an additional free fall. And that would just confirm and announce this sequence of unraveling of the third waves. That's what we're in right now. And as this really kind of builds up, we're there. We're in a very strong part, if not the strongest part. And so when it started today, it was perfect. It was actually giving a lot of signals of like, nope, we're going down. And I hinted at this last couple of days because it just felt we would get to these periods and just kind of looking, okay, who's buying now and who's left? Who wants to come in? And, how many people are going to, be able to buy the premium or sell the premium and buy the underlying and keep all of this going. So once that trade gets saturated and everything else gets saturated, it's time to go do something else. And it reverses. And so we look for those signals as it starts to come down. And it gave them. And it continued to give them. And right now we have on the daily chart, flip back below both the 8 and the 4. They were pointing a little bit higher. So we started. That was totally reversed today. Dropping down to the hourly chart real quick here. You can see I'm pretty convinced that it can be, but here's the alternate. Here's what else it could be, that this ends up being an ABC A, and this turns into a B wave. Not quite looking like that at the moment. I have to be honest. All we have to do is open this up a little bit. That is not looking B-wave-ish to me. And so that's why I am more comfortable putting the minute 2. And we're in that again. The first leg, smaller leg, and that's on a 30-minute that we pull out to the hourly, and it should not turn into one of these. We drop in degree, so does the intensity of the bounces, because the overall intensity of the trend move just overtakes, and it's powerful out there. Just because sellers might take a break or somebody's breathing or it just is a pause in the market move. It's a lot of things happen and a lot of algorithms will jump, but it doesn't, we have to weigh out that there's enough pressure, such as today, there was enough pressure that it really did become all rallies. They were shorting opportunities pretty much throughout the entire session. And once that gets going, you do exactly that, but you must tailor it. You must tailor it to the amount of risk that you're going to be able to put on, because if you start shorting too early, then you're going to have to carry that position up if you really want to make money. And to do that properly, you're going to want to have to average your price up from wherever your initial level was. And so it's a tricky trade to try to step in front of in terms of all the rallies were tradable in terms of you sold them and then just kind of stood back and waited. So if you know how to work that type of a trade, that's great. You could have built up and you made a bucket load of money today. Patience did pay off. What doesn't pay off is getting confused and getting too concerned about your risk reward. So again, as a trader, there's a lot of things that you need to put into this when you're working that type of a thing. Again, not a conversation for right now. We're talking about the overall market. So it was a good day. It did produce a lot of signals. Now, what can we look for going into tomorrow? If indeed that minute two stays as a minute two, then the downside should continue and pretty much with the same intensity that it has. So if they buy this all the way back tomorrow overnight, in Globex, then it really puts the other one back in. Then we still have an A, a B, and a C, and we're still going to play this game. We will get the same type of a signal again if this happens. Again, if that's the B and they run this thing up in a C wave to form this two up a little higher, that is out there. It is an alternate. And that does not erase, take away, diminish the intensity of what's waiting to happen. If this turns into a B wave and we go back up in the C wave to finish this too, it's like, folks, what's still waiting is that, but now you're going to magnify it. You hold it off, you'll magnify it, because everybody that's going to get in there is going to probably need to get out. So that would be the first thing. Second, if it continues to break down and it breaks 11,689, which is the current low from last week Thursday. No, that's not right. 94. It's this one, 89. That one was the first one. Then it was 1689. Okay. When it breaks there, that's going to pretty much give us confirmation that two's in place. The B wave or this, if it's correcting wave one, cannot exceed, can't go past where wave one started and still think you're correcting this when you're moving down here. So it would be done, but it can. The B wave can come down and almost equal it. So let me change that probability scale. I was giving it a 50-50, and I think that what we will see overnight, because it's not just going up because, oh, we need to switch positions or because of particular stock, whatever. It's an overall problem. It's the inflation, it's the interest rates, it's the repricing. And so as it filters through additional parts of the economy, it comes back. It comes back. Now, there was a couple of retail reports, Walmart, Costco. It's costing them more to stock the store. And of course, when it costs more and the people were not getting more as the public, as the retail, we have to pay more. So sales diminish. You're not gonna go, or you may go to Costco, but instead of buying as many as you thought you would, you buy half. And then, so, Costco's stuck. In any case, both Costco and Walmart took it on the chin today. They've been taking it on the chin this week. And that, of course, now rolls over and filters through the indexes and the ETFs, causing adjustments in those, of course. So as long as this continues to roll through, there's no reason to change. There's no reason to hang on to, and I'm going to call it what it is to me right now, false narratives. Now, yes, I can show you real quickly the weekly chart in the NASDAQ. And on the weekly chart, are we oversold? Yes. But I challenge you. Yes, you could make a call and say, yes, we were becoming extremely oversold. But I challenge you to tell me if this weekly 200 does not hold and we get a clean break below, not a break below that comes back above, but a break, either that comes up, retest and falls, or just keeps going. So that would be the challenge to calling something extremely oversold. We have to buy it. Markets are known to crash right within extreme oversold. And we saw part of it today. So that's the weekly. So yeah, we're in for a bounce, but not, I do not believe that we're going to have that strong bounce until we finish at least intermediate wave 3, and that's down here. We've got to get to that territory. That's the weekly. There's the point. Here's the oversold. If they start the rhetoric again, my challenge is why? Simply because it's oversold? It's oversold for a reason. So we don't need to reinflate it right now because that's what's got us into this problem. If we reinflate prices, it's not going to improve the economy. It's just going to improve somebody's bottom line. And the economy is what is readjusting right now. And so it affects our bottom lines. In any case, I don't see it happening. And without, decisive, and I call it evidence because that's really what it is. It's evidence of finding that the Fed's work is working. And right now, I've no evidence to that fact. Yep, they're on the move and they're talking the good talk. Okay, walk the good walk and get us the results. And they don't come overnight, and they don't come within 3 months. This whole top took years and years to get to. Please don't expect it to correct in 6 months and be back to the way we were. We're still waiting for normal, by the way, folks. We're still going through a pandemic. We're still dealing with it on a daily basis. So what's normal? We don't know yet. And as this all filters through, it demands change, it demands attention, et cetera. Let it happen. Participate. By all means, participate. A lot of trading. I know I'm reading that Cisco just did something. Let's go see real quick. I know this is now getting way too long, but I apologize. Cisco must have just done something, and I got to go down to my hourly to see it. Oh boy, there's some fun one, right? Cisco traded all the way down to 39.39. They didn't like it. So it has an effect. It has an effect. Let's go back up here. Well, somebody's willing to bid down 6, but that's like, I don't know the weighting of Cisco, but it'd be like, okay, hope you need it. My point, folks, and I'm going to wrap this up because I really don't want to pontificate too much and I don't want to be sitting up on a soapbox. I'm just trying to be honest and to say that I really do believe during this repricing, there will be huge moves to both sides and we need to play them. We need to be able to buy it and ride it and figure it out and realize what the limitations are to that upside. We need to do the same thing with downside. We need to have purpose and levels and rules. And you don't break your rules. If your rules work, why break them? Use them in all your situations. You can buy, you can sell. You're using the same rules, the same setups. They're just in a different direction. So for tomorrow, if we continue to break down, which I think we're going to, then I believe that we will break 11,689. And we need to break it and just keep going. I'm talking about 11,650, 620, and they're starting to break lower towards 11,000. Yes, are we getting overcooked? We sure are. But every time they try to rally, people are only going to go so far before it attracts the next round. It's like, oh yeah, great, thank you. I do have more to sell than you got to buy. There, got to do it. And just play each move. So downside, if it kicks in, our support levels come in quite a bit lower, and I will just throw up some quickies for the minute 3. And right now we got that down to that up to 94. Now I'm going to put, oh, come on. I don't think I got that right there. That works for me. So what we're going to be looking for here is, oh, yeah, well, right there, 95.58. We're looking for 10,000. And I'm not saying tomorrow, but I'm just saying minor 3 and minor 3 have the power to get us down there. No problemo. And we've got enough evidence to push. Okay, I have to leave it there. Otherwise, we're here all night. Upside, if it should occur, it's going to be the same deal where we will be coming off of this drop. That's the level up to 12,700 somewhere, maybe 12,800. But I'm not looking for a big run. This catches up with us once, but if they're going to try it again, it'll catch up with us again. All right, that's it. Tomorrow, next update will be Thursday, May 19th.